Slam Poetry by Joe, Tamara, Jared, and Angela. How it all got started. Mark Kelly Smith, founder of slam poetry, was born in 1949 in the southeast side of Chicago. He began as a construction worker and in 1986 dove into the world of poetry. Smith held a weekly poetry show that quickly emerged into the slam movement. He is best known as Slam Poppy, the father of slam. He also founded the first National Slam Poetry in 1990. The purpose of this type of poetry was and still is utilized to portray culture, current events, and political controversies, with a sense of passion and rhythm. Smith began a new movement that appealed even to younger generations and gave voice to the voiceless. What type of meter is used in slam? Slam poetry is not limited to a meter. The poem is meant to be read aloud, so essentially any type of style that will help the poet express their topic and move the audience works. The rhythm of slam poems does not come from rhyming words as much as pronunciation and pauses create the rhythm in poetry. Slam poetry is an artful expression with no set rules. What is slam poetry? Slam poetry is a unique form of poetry, as it incorporates the spoken verse and is meant to be performed. Poets select certain words for both meaning and how they sound when read aloud. Slam poetry allows the poet to channel raw emotion and express their frustrations with society. It is meant to be judged by the audience. How to identify slam poetry. Slam poetry is easy to identify when it is performed, as it normally is. Slam poets usually are very passionate about their topic, and their poems connect with the audience emotionally. Although not limited to, slam poetry sometimes criticizes societal norms or what is perceived as right and wrong. Here is a sample of Life Through My Eyes by Tupac Shakur. Life through my bloodshot eyes would scare a square to death. Poverty, murder, violence, and never a moment to rest. Fun and games are few, but treasured like gold to me, 'cause I realized I must return to my spot in poverty. But mark my words when I say, my heart will not exist, unless my destiny comes through and puts an end to all of this. Tupac Shakur's poem, Life Through My Eyes, is a perfect example of slam poetry. Shakur is able to convey his struggles of growing up in poverty and connects to the reader emotionally. Even though this is only written and not performed, the reader is still able to appreciate and understand Shakur's struggles and message of hope. This is because Shakur utilizes his strong emotions and is able to translate them into poetry. Today's use of slam poetry. Slam poetry is a growing form of poetry as it attracts the attention of younger poets. Throughout the nation, slam poetry competitions and events are quickly growing with increasing popularity. Cities such as Portland, Seattle, and San Francisco host some of the largest slam poetry events, and more cities are developing their own. Here is our works cited page, and thanks for watching.